Hello, Wildcats. I'm Colton, and this is Lauren, and welcome back to our third episode of Better Takes, the show where we look at bad movies and see what we could do to make them better. Today, we're going to be looking at the 2016 Suicide Squad. Not the Suicide Squad from 2021, directed by James Gunn. No, the bad one.
The bad
one. With Jared Leto, fake gangster Joker.
Yeah. So we found that this movie is incredibly boring.
The movie spends the movie spends like a good half hour, probably a little more than a half hour, just introducing the characters. They don't even go on the mission until like a third of the way through the movie.
And the explanations aren't even interesting. It's Amanda Waller, which is kind of like the main bad guy, but like not the main bad guy at the same time. Just talking most of the time, and it's just really boring. It was hard to keep my attention. I was bored the whole time. The best part was when they actually got to the mission, and you could see like the supervillains interacting with each other. That's what the best part of the movie was, when they were interacting with each other. Everything else that we'll go over was literally the entirety of the movie.
Also, too many licensed songs.
Yeah.
Every like 2 to 3 minutes there was another licensed songs. We'd go from like "You Don't Own Me" to why can't I think of the song anymore? It's to an Eminem song, to something else. I legit cannot remember most of the songs because this movie is like in one ear out the other.
Yeah, it's back to back to back to back songs, constant songs, and
every character has their own like music video intro, and it takes up so much of the runtime.
It does.
It's so unnecessary.
Speaking of unnecessary, there are a few extra characters that I feel are unnecessary in this movie.
Like Slipknot, who I forgot was even in this movie because he's literally the first one to die.
He gets blown up immediately. He doesn't even get his own music video intro. That's how you know
Exactly.
he's not important.
He literally just shows up. They explain, "Oh, it's Slipknot." I was like, "Wait, what is he doing in this movie?"
What is he doing here?
And then he dies.
Boom!
And then he's just never talked about again.
Also, Katana is in this movie.
Which Katana does get a little bit more of an intro. We do at least get some backstory on who Katana is.
Yeah,
but she doesn't have a lot to do in this movie.
She doesn't have a lot to do. She stands there and is like just talking. She's just there to look pretty, I guess.
She's really just there to be the cold, calculated type.
That's it. That's the only reason.
One of the few saving factors in this movie is Will Smith as Deadshot.
Yep.
I think he does a good job.
Possible controversial opinion. I liked his Deadshot.
I like his Deadshot. I don't think there's a lot of problems with his Deadshot in this movie. One character that I do have a problem with is Killer Croc.
Yeah.
Why does he have lips? He is a crocodile.
He is a
crocodile. Don't have lips. It looks weird.
The way I think they should have done it was how they did King Shark in the Suicide Squad. So like CGI, make him bigger, make him stronger. This Killer Croc looks like he just has like eczema or something.
Yeah, which to be fair, the skin condition is accurate to his comic portrayal. He just isn't very imposing, which is the biggest problem. And also, fun fact, King Shark was gonna be in this version of the movie. There was concept art for him to be in this movie. I'm not gonna pull it up right now, but the basic design was he had more of like a hammerhead shark design, and he had a like a Hawaiian like a big wet red Hawaiian shirt on, and it was a good design. But I think the reason why they didn't go with that, and the reason why they chose Killer Croc, and the reason why they did Killer Croc the way he is they probably didn't have enough money to do a full CGI character.
Because they wasted it on the licensed songs.
Probably.
That's probably what they did. Wasted it on the licensed songs.
But they could have at least done something with his mouth to make it more crocodile-like.
Or make him taller, more imposing, because they frame him like he's supposed to be imposing, but he's like the same height as everyone else. And
I'm pretty sure Deadshot's like taller than him.
I think so, and it's not very he gets rolled out like in the middle of the movie.
Yeah,
he gets rolled out.
He gets rolled out in this big thing, and he like doesn't fill it out, so it makes him look even smaller.
Yeah, it makes him look. It's like he's supposed to be imposing, like he's a wild card, and he has like a muzzle on, and you're like, whoa, and then they zoom out, and he's like the same size as everyone.
He's the same size as everyone else.
Yeah, same as everyone else. Speaking of characters that I don't like.
Joker.
He didn't need to be in this movie. 2,
Jared
Leto.
Yeah, just even ignoring the fact that Jared Leto is a horrible person. He's It's not good in this movie. You know what he acts like? He acts like someone who lived in the suburbs, listened to Eminem, and thinks that who thinks that they're a gangster. He's like that fake gangster type. He has the grills on his teeth. He's like if Machine Gun Kelly became the Joker.
Yeah, I half expected him to walk out with his pants sagging down to his knees at one point. I'm so serious.
Backwards cap on.
Backwards cap on, holding his gun sideways. Yeah. But I hate his mannerisms. I hate how he talks.
I hate how he looks.
Yeah, I hate how he looks.
He doesn't even have the smile. He has the stupid smile hand tattoo, which is stupid.
It is stupid. He's not very imposing. He's not scary. I just cringe every time he's on screen. We said with the Superman Batman v Superman movie.
With Lex
Luthor. The movie goes down every time. But instead of being like kind of up here and then going down, it's like down here and then
it goes under.
It goes under the curve. There's a line and it goes under whenever the Joker is on screen.
He's not disturbing in the way that Joker should be disturbing. He's disturbing in the way of like the guy you don't want to talk to at a bar.
Yeah.
The guy who won't stop talking to you at a bar. The guy you wouldn't trust your drink with at a bar.
Every time he was on screen, I would cover my drink. I swear. Like, I didn't want to touch him. It made me feel gross just watching him on screen. And one of the worst parts of this movie is that he didn't actually die.
He doesn't die.
He
lives in the end.
There are 3 helicopter crashes
in the span of like 20 minutes.
There are 3 helicopter crashes.
Also, some of the CGI shots don't look really good. Some of them look like they were Blender projects, which Blender can look good. But this movie did not.
No. Again, they wasted their budget on licensed movies.
100%. I think licensed songs. I think if they focused more on how the movie looked rather than the songs or the actors, because I do think they probably spent a lot of money on actors too. Because you have people like Will Smith, you have Margot Robbie.
You have a lot of good names and. Most of the good names do good. I feel like their direction could have been better. Like some of Harley Quinn's lines,
scenes, yeah, they're a little. Some of her lines are a little like cringy.
Yeah, they could have worked if they were like directed differently or set in a different tone.
If they were directed by James Gunn.
If they were directed better, or like. I thought Killer Croc, like, other than his design, I thought he was funny.
He was funny.
He was really funny.
The one scene where where Harley says, like, you're ugly on the outside, and he's like, nah, shorty.
I'm beautiful.
I do find that really funny.
It's really funny, and I also enjoy Deadshot.
Yeah, Deadshot is like one of the saving factors in this movie.
Deadshot and El Diablo are probably pretty up there.
I can't believe I almost forgot about El Diablo. El Diablo might be my favorite character in this movie.
Yes. Speaking of El Diablo, the one thing I have a problem with him is that I feel like, okay, so his whole arc is that he killed his family and then he dies to save his new family. But I don't see how he can consider the Suicide Squad his family. Like, I feel like there should have been more scenes, like, showing them interacting and being friendly with each other instead of being at each other's throats and just fighting with each other.
It should have been. This movie desperately needed more scenes, or at least another scene of them actually bonding and getting together. Because in the movie, there is one scene where they are in a bar, and that's it. They literally just cheers like, yeah, to being villains, and then they're just all friends now for some reason.
They're all buddies for some reason,
and
it doesn't make any sense to me, and I feel like El Diablo's arc would have made more impact if it made sense. Because at the end, he's like, I'm not letting my other family die. And I'm like, what family?
Like, what have these dirtbags done to prove that they're a family?
Yeah, why? And also, it's the same thing with Deadshot. Okay, so there's a part in the movie where Joker is taking Harley Quinn back, or trying to take her back. And Amanda's like, I will give you a chance to get out of jail and give your daughter a good life, which his daughter is the reason why he became an assassin to make money for her.
Yeah.
If you shoot down Harley Quinn, well, he misses on purpose and is like, I missed. Why would you care so much about Harley that you would sacrifice your freedom and your daughter's life, like good life, for her? It doesn't make any sense. Like, if there was scenes with it, then yeah, but there were no scenes other than them talking smack to each other.
Yeah, no, it's like they have like a couple lines where they're like not jerks to each other, and then suddenly they're friends.
Yeah, they team up for like 2 seconds, and then
2
they're
seconds.
like, we're besties, yay!
Also, Captain Boomerang's great in this movie. I love Captain Boomerang.
The saving grace for the random cuts to him doing random things.
Like when he's crawling through the legs of the soldiers for some reason.
He's just crawling on the ground in between a really intense scene. It's great.
Yeah.
Or when he shows up randomly with 2 beers in his hand at the end.
I like in the bar scene where Rick Flag says they're free, and he just immediately takes an armful of beers and just walks out.
He's gone.
Also, another thing in this movie that I don't like, it's the one thing I hate from Will Smith's character is the whole, so I guess we're some sort of Suicide Squad, and I'm like,
boo!
Oh!
Cringe!
Why? You don't need the name drop.
They really don't need the name drop, but other than that, he does great.
Mm-hmm.
I liked Enchantress's design, the first one, not the second one.
I like her homeless design. I don't like her
design.
Her cleaned up design. Doesn't look all that good.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
Her cleaned up design looks like they didn't try here.
Yeah.
And then they tried the rest down here.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes any sense, but if you watch the movie, it'll make sense. Because the homeless design makes her look like demented and scary, and she crawls around her legs, and she's like very like jerky. And
yeah, she's very like the girl from The Ring or like the girl from The Grudge.
Yeah.
Which I really like that because I really like those movies. 2 other things. There is no recoil on any of the guns.
There isn't.
Harley shoots a Magnum revolver like with one hand like this.
Yeah, she's just like a squirt gun.
No recoil at all.
It's so funny.
I don't care how powerful. I don't care about the power scaling of Harley Quinn. You cannot make me believe that Margot Robbie can shoot a Magnum revolver with one hand and have no movement in her arm.
Absolutely
at all.
none.
Also, the muzzle flashes are horrible. They don't match the guns.
I feel like if they focus less on action scenes and helicopter crashes and music video openings,
focused more on blocking, which that's another thing they have on here. There's a lot of like weird blocking.
Yeah, there's a weird blocking cuts, and they don't like continuity errors. There's cuts where they're like
Deadshot
Deadshot standing over there, and then they'll cut and Deadshot somewhere over
Yeah,
there.
because there's a scene in like the final battle where they're all in the circle, and then it cuts away for 2 seconds, and then suddenly they're all like spread out.
Yeah, and then Captain Boomerang is all the way in the corner for some reason.
He didn't want to be there.
He didn't. But if they focused.
The stupid oath the stupid Joker oath that's like revealed whenever he's like before he throws her in the vat of acid, and he's like,
and he's
the oath.
The oath.
Like, who not?
Yeah, and he talks with his jaw a lot. If that makes any sense. I feel like if they focus more on the characters and getting us to care about them and their relationship instead of music videos, explosions, and crappy gunfight and Joker, crappy gunfighting, then it would have been great. I feel like they shouldn't have had the Joker in there. They could have told Harley Quinn's story without not without the Joker entirely, obviously, but not showing him, if that makes any sense. They could have been like, yeah, she's Joker's sidekick, whatever. She's crazy. Don't show the Joker. We could have had so much more time to develop these characters if we didn't waste our time on the Joker.
Or at least have a better Joker than Jared Leto.
Yeah, and the whole thing is that he breaks in. He's the reason that Harley tries and breaks out. But that goes nowhere.
It doesn't. It goes nowhere.
He
disables the bomb in her neck. And then for some reason she stays with the people when she could just leave because her bomb's disabled. I don't understand it.
And then Rick Flag breaks the thing, completely negating her bomb being disabled because all of their bombs are disabled. So why? First of all, why did you add that into the story? And second of all, what? You could have used that as a character thing where she chose to stay because they're friends, but then again, it wouldn't have made sense because they aren't friends. But the writing is weird.
It's not a good script. This script needed like a few more drafts desperately. Another thing that I almost forgot about: Killer Croc loses a fight underwater.
He does!
What's with that?
He lost a fight underwater.
How?
That's pathetic. I laughed out loud. I paused the movie and sat there and cackled. Threw my head back like a witch.
The final fight scene is very
You can't see.
Yeah, you can't see anything. You can barely see what's happening. It's like trying to drive in It's like trying to drive in Silent Hill. You can't see anything 4 feet in front of you.
There's so much rain. You can't tell the characters from Enchantress, which is the main villain. You can't tell anybody apart only when they do close-up shots. And you're like, oh, that's the person that got hit?
I was like, oh no.
Oh, I guess I care all of a sudden.
Oh, no.
But
yeah.
That's our final point.
That's our final point.
Don't watch Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Watch The Suicide Squad with James Gunn. It's infinitesimally a better movie.
With King Shark, not Killer Croc.
Yes.
Do not watch the first one.
Suicide Squad. I would say the only way I can recommend watching this movie is watching it like we watched it. Watch it with a bunch of friends and crap on it for being a dumb movie.
And make fun of the Joker's laugh.
Yep.
The whole time.
He laughs like the Count from Sesame Street. 1, 2.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, that's all for this episode. Next week we will be doing
a movie.
We will be doing a movie. I think next week is Green Lantern, the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern.
Okay, I think so too.
That'll be fun.
Well, make sure to check in for that. Thank you. Thank you for watching, and tune in next time. Bye.
On Better Takes.